Hello and welcome to City Corner. I'm your host today, Todd Blackstock. We've got a fun show for you as we have musician and model Abby Stahlschmidt with us, and we have the executive director of Gratitude House, Dr. Maggie Sullivan. So stay with us for this and much more coming up next on City Corner. In our first segment today, we've got the Executive Director of Gratitude House, Dr. Maggie Sullivan. Dr. Sullivan, thank you so much for joining us here today. It sure is a pleasure. And could you tell us a little bit about Gratitude House?
Yes, well, thank you for having me. Gratitude House is an elevated sober living program for women. It's really very unique, one of its kind in the area, primarily because it's affordable, but also because we have professional care 7 days a week. It's in a beautiful home, and we have a curriculum in which our residents participate in classes 4 to 5 days a week. They're also required to work, do community service, and attend 12-step meetings and be immersed in the 12-step program every single day. Our mission is to reduce the rate of relapse and help women rebuild their lives after the struggles that they have with addiction.
So how would someone qualify for this? I guess they maybe had some issues with, alcohol or substance abuse, and they found your way towards Gratitude House.
Yeah, so typically when somebody seeks help and goes to inpatient treatment for alcohol and drugs, typically insurance will only cover about 20 to 30 days of care. And that's just a drop in the bucket. It's a start towards sobriety, but it's really just a drop in the bucket. And in fact, 60% of those who leave treatment will relapse within 30 days of leaving treatment, often because they return to the place that they were using or drinking in before they went to treatment. So we exist for that continuum of care so that a woman can come straight to us. We're a drug-free environment, and we're not just a housing program, but we also provide the community and the education and all of the support, as well as high levels of accountability. So to be qualified to come, really you just have to have a deep desire to stay sober and really to work hard to want to rebuild your life. And to move in, you have to have at least 30 days of sobriety. You have to be able to pass a drug test and a breathalyzer on the first day of move-in.
So how long would they stay in the program? Because it's continued, and you said there's a lot of people relapse within 30 days. So does that mean they stay in there for a longer period of time to maybe get it out of their system?
Yes. So nationally, 1 in 8 who ever attempts sobriety will ever make it to 90 days. And the longer you do stay sober, the more likely you are to stay sober for a longer period of time. So we allow residents to live in our home and participate in our program up to 2 years. But really, my goal is that a woman is ready to leave us after about a year. Everybody is different. We also go to great lengths to help them build a life they want to stay sober for, and they're prepared to stay sober for when they do leave us.
So when it talks about cost, how much is it per se per month for someone to stay at the Gratitude House? And does some people help fund that for them, or is it the individual's responsibility to take care of that?
Great question. So we have done the research and know the relationship between finances and addiction, and often how there's a lot of parallels between how somebody deals with their finances and their own addiction, and then obviously one impacts the other. So we have a really robust financial literacy class for our residents, and the rent for residents is $125 a week, and that includes rent, utilities, and all of our programming and support. So that comes to about $500 a month. We do not allow anybody but them to pay their rent because that's part of our financial literacy class. And we want to teach them that that is really the number one bill they're going to have when they leave. But we also support them with like I said, a robust financial literacy class in which that class is so effective that we've had women open brokerage accounts. We had one young woman at the age of 25 left us after a year. And because of our financial literacy class, she learned how to save money and buy her own home. when she left us.
Wow, that's amazing, because it sure is sometimes a juggle to balance the financial, responsibilities as well as taking the courses there. How do the residents there at Gratitude House, how do they juggle those things? Because I'm sure you have a scheduled program and outline that they have to do, but they also have to work and take care of their financial responsibilities.
Exactly. So again, we're a research-based organization. So we know that for addicts, having structure, having routine, having consistency is crucial for their sobriety. So we also keep them busy, because laying around, being in your head is not good for sobriety. And so our residents, I would tell you, are very busy, but we make sure that their schedules aren't stressing them out. But they are required to work at least 20 hours a week. They go to a meeting every single day. They must meet with a sponsor in person at least once a week. They participate in all of our activities and classes. And they have a 9 o'clock curfew Sunday through Thursday with a 10 o'clock curfew Friday and Saturday, because and that revolves around our research on ensuring that they're regulating their cortisol levels and restoring their sleep hygiene.
Now, are you taking care of, or how important is it actually for spiritual and holistic care?
Very important to us. So we're grounded in the 12 steps, which is a spiritual program, although it is not religious. It does not promote any one religion, but we require our residents to engage in spiritual growth as it speaks to them. One of our classes is on world religions and spirituality. And so our goal is not to convert anybody to anything, rather it's to expose them to all the different traditions, practices, tools, places of worship. So we go and visit the CSJ Mother House. We've gone to a Shabbat service. We've toured the Hindu temple. We've had guest speakers come in, and they have prayer groups every night.
Well, you got a big gala coming up. I know you're very excited about in September.
Yes. It's called the Gratitude Giddyup Gala. It's a country western hoedown. It's going to be at the iconic Casa Loma Ballroom. They are celebrating their 100th year of existence next year. They've kept it as a classic 1920s ballroom. It is a place you've got to visit, but I hope everyone will come and support us. The Giddyup is our biggest fundraiser, and it supports all of our operations as well as our ability to expand and grow, help more people. Trudy Bush Valentine will be our keynote speaker.
Oh, great.
She is an amazing human, and she has a really powerful story about alcoholism and addiction in her own family, including the loss of her child to an opioid addiction 6 years ago.
Wow. So who all do you think will be in attendance, and what kind of a crowd are you expecting?
So last year we had a sold out crowd of about 300. And so we expect to have a sold out crowd of almost 400 this year. Tickets are still available. Sponsorships are still available. It's a great venue for sponsors to get their logo out there, show the support for the success that we're having. And it's just, you get to wear jeans, cowboy boots, and a cowboy hat. So there's no dressing up in a hotel and all that boring kind
And
of stuff.
fun mocktails and things like that. And
It's
food
an
and
alcohol-free event.
drinks.
It's
Yeah.
mocktails and gourmet barbecue. The menu is off the charts.
So if someone wants to get information about that event, what should they do?
Go to our website, gratitudehousestl.org, or if you just Google Gratitude House St. Louis, we'll come up, and it's very easy to see how to get tickets or buy sponsorships.
It's Saturday, September 19th at the Casa Loma Ballroom, Gratitude House STL. All right, .org. Before we let you go, your expanding mission, your mission in 2017, we got about a minute left. Could you maybe tell us about some exciting things in 2017?
Yes. So we have an educational program in which we have curricula on a variety of different things related to neuroscience and addiction, learning psychology, as well as financial literacy, spiritual and world religions. So we are expanding our mission to provide community education to families, to organizations, to anybody that needs help. And so we're launching the Gratitude House Institute for Recovery and Behavioral Science. That'll be rolling out in January, and we'll provide workshops, retreats, presentations, family support, in order to advance the understanding of recovery and addiction through neuroscience, psychology, education, and spirituality.
And if anybody wants information about that?
That is also on our website under the page called The Institute.
All right. Well, Dr. Sullivan, thank you for joining us so much on City Corner.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break now, but stay with us as musician, model, and actress Abby Stahlschmidt will join us on the flip side. Stay with us.
Did you know that you can watch STL TV on your smartphone or tablet? That's right. STL TV is available on your Android or iOS mobile devices. And that includes our live broadcast channels as well as video on demand content. It is really easy to get started. Just find the App Store on your device, then search for Cablecast. Select it and click to install. Launch the app, and if you're in the St. Louis area, STL TV should be the first channel to show up. If you're not in the area, you may have to scroll down to find it. So just click on the STL TV logo, and in just a few seconds, you're enjoying STL TV's great programming such as City Corner, Inside Sports, City Government, What's the 314, or my personal favorite, In the Kitchen.
And welcome back to City Corner. I'm Todd Blackstock. Joining us now in the second segment, an amazing violinist, model, musician, Abby Stahlschmidt. Abby, thanks a lot for joining us here today, and it sure is a pleasure.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I saw you up in person at the Family Arena.
Yeah.
Our radio station had a suite we did, and we all got together and had a great time, and it really showed the tremendous ability you have as a violinist. What made you want to be a violinist? I mean, what pushed you into that instead of maybe guitars or, other instruments?
Yeah. Well, I can't take a lot of credit for it. I knew I wanted to be a performer, though, the minute I saw my sister, who's 2 years older than me, performing in The King and I was mesmerized by seeing her up on stage. So I knew from then, and my parents knew from then, that I wanted to be on stage. But I started playing the violin when I was 4. So really, I have my parents to thank. My sister started piano around the same time, so we started playing weddings and things together. But yeah, it really grew from there. I don't think I realized immediately how much I loved it. It was a lot of practice.
And it's a family affair. Your mom and your sister are very involved. Mr. Blue Sky is an ELO, Electric Light Orchestra,
Yes.
tribute.
Yes.
And that show at the Family Arena, what were your thoughts from that? To me, there was a tremendous crowd there, and we got to see everything up on these monitors in the suites, and I shared some of that with you, and your video of that was amazing.
I don't think any of us really anticipated just how full the auditorium was going to be, or the arena actually was going to be for that show. All of us were just hoping that it was going to be packed, and when we stepped out on stage and realized how many people were there, that was an awesome feeling. And then also being able to look up and see us on the Jumbotron, that was like, a peak moment.
Pretty awesome. Well, Mr. Blue Sky is going to be performing Saturday,
Yes,
August 15th.
this Saturday.
This Saturday. It's probably first time this will air will be the day of it.
Yeah.
So it's very exciting. And the Mr. Blue Sky experience is really, it seems to be taking on a life of its own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's led by Jeff Faulkner, and he wears a wig, and you wouldn't know that it's not the real Jeff from the Electric Light Orchestra on stage. It's a full 10-piece band. I've got some other great string players right next to me, Jesse and Jake on cello. I think we're also going to have a guest violinist next to us, since Jesse won't be able to make it this time.
And you got a cool opener, too.
Yes, we do. Steve Ewing is opening, the one and only Steve Ewing.
Yeah.
So he is... It's quite the phenomenon in St. Louis.
Now, you've been with a lot of other groups as well, and you write your own material and thing. How long have you been with El Monstero? Because they've really taken the city over by storm.
So I can't say that I'm with El Monstero, but I did have the opportunity to guest appear with them. I think it's been 2 years ago at this point. And I mean the massive production and just, the show that they put on that is to top quality. It was an amazing experience stepping out on stage with them.
Mama's Pride's a big name here in St. Louis as well.
Yes, yeah, and I've performed with Mama's Pride and with the individuals in it, both Pat Liston and Danny Liston, multiple times. They are just gems. I mean, they're just top notch, just the most genuine people. So
awesome. Well, we're going to go ahead and take a little look at some of your music. We're going to roll in some tape right now with Abigail Stahlschmidt right here on City Corner. And here we go. Nice little sampling of Abby's music there. Congratulations. It must feel good to see your stuff up on the TV like that. You perform your own music as well. Can you discuss some of your solo work?
Yes. So I actually worked with members of the Nashville Symphony and recorded at the famous Ocean Way Studios. I worked with a co-writer of mine, Cliff Downs, who has since passed recently, which is a very sad day for me. But he and I recorded and worked on a lot of material together, and we released this EP called Dream Machine, which had 3 of our original songs on it. They're all orchestral backed with different elements of symphonic elements and a lot of like electric violin in them. So kind of things, a little bit Jean-Luc Ponty, to be honest, a lot of things weaved in and out of the songs. So Dream Machine, you can find it actually on all streaming platforms. And yeah, that is a completely original project.
How about that? And I've got the Dream Machine CD right here, and I'm going to take it home and play it.
Yes, please do.
You perform the national anthem all around town, and even for the U.S. women's soccer team.
Yes.
How does that come about?
You know what? St. Louis is actually kind of a small town when it comes to it. And I've been playing the violin since I was 4. I have been blessed to perform on a lot of different stages and just form connections with many different people. A lot of it's come from word of mouth, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, stepping out, especially playing for the women's soccer team, I think was a real highlight for me. And that soccer stadium, I mean, just blows me away. And the way that they treated me like a star at the stadium, so it was amazing.
Cardinals, Battlehawks games, Blues games.
Yes.
I mean, that's amazing. You're up for a major award in Nashville, Tennessee. Can you share that with us?
Yeah, so the Josie Awards, they are an award ceremony built for independent artists, and they're the largest independent artist award ceremony, I believe, in the nation. And yeah, their award ceremony is going to be happening at the Opry House.
The Grand Ole Opry?
Yeah, the Grand Ole Opry, which is awesome. Obviously, nobody knows if they won yet, so we're going there in person, and hopefully I'll come home with an award.
Was there anything in particular? Like, is it like a collaboration or a solo, or what are you up for?
So I know I had the title written down. I believe it was for Best Performing Artist on Violin.
That's amazing.
So yes, it's a huge honor.
Now you're also very involved with your modeling career.
Yes.
I know you've recently done some things at hotels in Nashville. Could you share with us for a bit about your modeling career and maybe some of the ad campaigns you're on that we can see?
Yeah, I've been modeling since I was 12 years old, and I more recently got into acting, which honestly is a lot of fun. The people that you meet on set, the production teams that you work with. I'm in advertisements for the Four Seasons Nashville, as well as the Hutton Hotel, which has the Analog Room, which is also a performing arts center. So many cool projects that I've had the opportunity to be a part of, but those are two I think that are out right now.
Anything specifically in the acting wise, like a collaboration you might be able to see it coming up someday?
I've done a lot of commercials. Sometimes they don't let me know when they're going to be out. So those probably are the ones that people would be able to see me in right now.
So what was your inspiration growing up? Because you've been playing for a long time. You picked the violin over some other instruments, but did you have an inspiration or a favorite, musician growing up that you really dug?
I remember going to the library and just renting CDs, and I think Hilary Hahn was one of my inspirations. I listened to a lot of classical music when I was growing up because I grew up in an orchestra. So Hilary Hahn was a big inspiration for me. Itzhak Perlman, I love the passion that he plays with. And I didn't more recently get into electric violin until I started playing in a Trans-Siberian Orchestra tribute band with Eric Struthers. And then I was really inspired by the violinists in those band. Asha Mevlana was the lead violinist in the band for a while. Anna Phoebe was the lead violinist, and now Asha Mevlana is the lead female violinist. So very inspired by both of them.
Well, this is a great lead up for a big show you've got in October coming up in Kirkwood. Let's discuss that for a little bit.
Yeah, I would love to. So, St. Louis, I think, is an amazing place because we've got so many incredible musicians here. And one amazing outcome of playing with a lot of different bands is I know a lot of great musicians now. And I'm bringing some of them together into my own show. I've got Anastasia Hamilton, which she performs as the lead front woman in a lot of area bands. Notably, she's in Magic Man, which is a Heart tribute. She does a killer job as the lead singer. And she's going to be one of the lead singers and also guitar player in the band. Dave Evans, he also plays in a lot of area bands. He's going to be singing vocals and also playing guitar. Jeff Mazingo of Mazingo Music is playing drums and percussion, and Nick Schluter is going to be on keys. And then, of course, I'm going to be playing violin and singing. And it is an acoustic, rock and roll, folk. We kind of blend a lot of styles together, but it is mostly acoustic rock. And then we're going to be throwing in some surprises of people that you may have seen if anybody's been to any of my shows before or seen me perform in other bands. We're going to bring some people along as guest artists as well.
Now, this is Wild Horses.
This is Wild Horses.
And this is going to be...
Friday, October 30th.
Friday, October 30th.
Yes.
And for ticket information?
Yeah, so it's going to be at the Kirkwood Performing Arts Center and in the Black Box Strauss Theater. So just head on over to kirkwoodperformingartscenter.com, and you've got to click on the music tab whenever you look on their calendar, and that will lead you, if you scroll down to October 30th. I know it's a little ways away, but you want to get your tickets now because we have some really fun, especially VIP packages, which allow you to sit up close to the stage, which I'm biased. I think it's a more fun show up close to the stage. We have some goodies, some posters and things for VIP. We've got select wine. We've got exclusive merchandise. And they also get a reserved parking spot, which in Kirkwood, that is a big deal.
Now, is this a tribute show or is it,
This is mostly covers. I think this show might be mostly all covers, actually, but again, it'll be in our own style because it's in an acoustic rock style. So you're going to recognize, yes, a lot of hits. But yes, Wild Horses on Friday, October 30th.
All right, Abby, well, thank you so much for joining us here today on City Corner. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right, that's our show for today. We'd especially like to thank our studio guests. We'd like to thank you for watching City Corner on STL TV. Experience St. Louis.